Hey, good morning, students. I think in the last video we have discussed about the cryo pump, and two last pump from this module are left. One of them is a sputter ion pump that we are going to discuss today, and the last one is a Arbitron pump. So let's go for the first one, that is a sputter ion pump. And you can see this is the schematic of a sputter ion pump, which needs a magnetic field, right, and two electrodes, anode and cathode, and basically titanium material is used for cathode, and external power supply is applied between the two electrodes, right. Now this sputter ion pump works on the principle of ionization and sputtering of metal. Now how it happens, now let's go in more details. In order to use the gittering action in a pump, it is necessary to select the material which has a high striking coefficient for most gases, and the material used for high striking coefficient is a titanium, which can be conveniently presented as a high range surface area field. Usually choice for this kind of a material is a titanium, although zirconium can be also used, or instead of titanium, zirconium has been used in many cases. So this sputter ion is of two type, triode form and triode form. So let's go first for the diode form, diode and triode too. So diode form, in which the honeycomb and anode structure is sustained symmetrically between two titanium plate electrodes, anode and cathode. These are the two titanium plate electrodes. The pumps operated by sputtering titanium from titanium cathode in a gas discharge by application of nearly 5 kilovolt between titanium anode and cathode. Sorry. And the uniform magnetic field density is established with its lines along the common axis symmetry of electrodes. Within this configuration, the electrons are confined to spiral path having axis along the electrodes. And consequently they do not reach the anode immediately, but oscillates backwards and forwards between the cathodes in tight spiral path before finally trapped at the anode. As a result, the average electron path is very long and its ability to ionize a gas atom is preserved, even down the pressure of 10 to the power minus 10 millibar. So the positive ion produced by electron impact are accelerated through the applied potential and strike the titanium anode, and there they are collected and ejected not only titanium atoms, that's called as the sputtering, but previously served gas on the cathode surface, and also electron. Those electrons are called as the secondary electrons. These electrons later join in the ionization process. The mass of each positive ion, which is at least 3.7 into 10 to the power 3 times greater than that of electron, and in consequence they reach the cathode almost directly. Sputtering of titanium from cathode result in fresh active titanium field being positive anode, and thus at the anode most of the gases are chemically absorbed, called as chemosorbed. and held as a titanium compound. So for inert gases, the situation is different since they can't form the chemical compound. So in case of inert gases, these gases are pumped by converting into ions and then accelerated by the electric field to cathode and then buried in the cathode. Now, what are the advantages of this sputter ion pump? So there is no pumping fluid, consequently back striking doesn't occur and cold traps and baffles are not required. The pressure attained by the gas is directly proportional to the discharge current, so that with suitable calibration the pump current can be used to measure the pressure. The next advantage is this kind of a pump speed is roughly constant from 10 to the power minus 5 to minus 8 millibar, and this operate silently. So the operation of sputter ion pump is silent. And one more advantage is the power consumption of this sputter ion pump is low. Now what are the disadvantages of this sputter ion pump? This pump has long but finite lifetime, limited by sputtered material due to short circuit. The second disadvantage is under certain circumstances in inert gas like argon will be released from cathode. So that's why argon instability happens. The next disadvantage is hydrocarbons adversely affects the pump operation. And the last one is magnetic field is required. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of sputter ion pump diode form. Now let's have a brief look on the triode form. There is a quite similarity. So in case of this triode form, the large collector area is available from triode pump, means that this pump exhibits a very little memory effect. The increased pumping rate ensures adequate argon ion buried, right? And you can see the schematic, there is no much difference in the diagram, right? So this is all about the sputter ion pump. Thank you.